Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that's been kind of bothering me, and it's about budgeting, and it's about budgeting entertainment. I think what's been bothering me the last couple days is that as I've been going through my budget and talking to my fiance about it, I realized that we don't have a lot of money set aside for fun stuff for us. We generally enjoy doing stuff that costs money. We enjoy going to the movies. We enjoy going to dinner. We also like to kind of travel, and I don't mean travel like get on a plane and go to Europe, which don't get me wrong, we enjoy that too. But we enjoy like just getting in the car and driving to nearby towns and just visiting different areas. So we're looking into like budgeting for that. The thing I ran into a problem with is that it's me, her, and our son. And when we started breaking down the budget for it, just going to the movies can be, well, let's see, you three tickets, that's like $30, and then popcorn, drinks, stuff, that's fine. So it's like $60. And that's if you get the whole spiel. That's if you get drinks, popcorn, candy, whatever. But oftentimes we also end up going to dinner either before or after the movie, which brings that entire night to $150 for us. So before I left on my current deployment, her and I realized that this was a problem. So we started doing more to kind of minimize our expenses while we were having fun. For example, we would have dinner at home before we go to the movies. And then usually if you do that, then even if we wanted to splurge, the most we would really want is maybe a drink, maybe a small popcorn split between the two of us. Usually after dinner, I don't even want any of the candies or anything like that. My son still does. He still wants his like icy or whatever, and that happens. But for her and I, we can cut down a little bit. Now, excuse me, if I was to go further with that, you can also do something like go to matinee movies, which you see them like on a Monday morning or a Sunday during the day, Saturday during the day, and it's usually cheaper. Usually the prime time is at night, and that's when it's most expensive. Um, and then we like to go out to eat, and then the problem is when we go out to eat, it's not just that we go out to eat, it's that we tend to get what we want. We're not going to Chipotle and spending $8 per person. We end up going to like a steakhouse and we get drinks and steak and stuff like that. So there's not really much we can do about that. What we have kind of toyed around with was more cooking at home, where instead of going out to eat 2 times a week or even 3 times a week, which is an awful habit, we would try to limit it to like 1 time a week, or even better than that is when we try to set a budget. Like we can go out to eat, we have, let's say $200, so we can go out to eat 20 times if we're only getting 10 something that's $10 a time, or we can go out once. And with her and I, if we go out like on like a date night and we go somewhere nice and we get drinks, that's just about an entire date for us. So we've been working on trying to get our budget down for that, but what I found is that it's very important to at least budget something. If you just sit around and save all the time, I really don't think you're gonna I don't think you're gonna be saving for very long. I think eventually you're gonna wonder what you're doing it for and what your motivation is, because why push off doing something later when you can do it today, and you can have it today. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, as cliche as that sounds. So I think the key is to do both. It's to both save for later and enjoy the now. So one thing that me and my fiance were talking about is we both want to get back into cycling. We used to cycle a lot, and then when she got deployed to Japan, she took the both bikes, mine and hers, with her. In Japan, there wasn't anywhere to store them easily, so they were left outside. So basically, neither of the two bikes came back from Japan, so I haven't had a bike. Now, I had my bike for 5 years. It was a Schwinn that I bought on sale on base, and it cost me like $120. Now, after I got it, I did put a little bit of work into it. I put lights on it. I put new tires. I even put like one of those little speedometer things on there because at the time, smartphones weren't as prevalent as they are now, along with the apps. So there's no real way of knowing your speed. Now you can just put something on your phone and it goes off GPS, and you can have a full like glass display on the front of your bike. But at the time you couldn't. So I really like that because when I first met her, and well, her son, now our son, um, in order to bond with them, we would do a lot of outdoor stuff. Now we love doing outdoor stuff together. So we would go cycling a lot, and we would go dirt biking. Well, I say dirt biking. What I mean is like ride a mountain bike off road. They have a lot of parks and stuff in Florida that we went all around. And some of them have like ramps and jumps and stuff. I think I'm a little too old for that at this point, but he enjoyed it. But you would go out for maybe 3 or 4 hours on like a Saturday morning, go home, grab something to eat, and then you're pretty much done for the day. Especially him he was we did this when he was 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we stopped when he turned about 12. And that's just because we started deploying and we had to move and stuff like that. But I'd really like to get back into that. It's a very cheap way to spend the day. You have you have a nice family morning breakfast. And then you pack the bikes up, you go out to the park, you ride for 3 or 4 hours. You come back, you're really worked out, and 2, it was a nice way to spend time with family. When you get back, you feel like you did something fun that day. And going to a park with a bicycle, once you buy the bicycle provided, it's cheap, it's free. There was one park we went to where we had to pay a parking fee, but even that was like $2. You can't really do something more fun than that. And I'm sure a bunch of people in the comments have all their like lower priced fun activities that they and their families do, and I think it's really important to share those with everybody because I think people have it in this idea in their head that all the fun stuff is stuff you have to pay for. So, and some of it you do, like I said, we like to eat out, we like to go out for drinks, stuff like that, but you don't have to pay for all of it. There's a lot of really cheap stuff you can do it, and I think if you plan out your days or your weekends rather, whatever days off you have and you want to spend with your family, if you plan it out, you can really stretch your already existing budget. So if you want to set out $200, well, yeah, you can go to the movies one time, but then you can go to parks. Even zoos are kind of getting expensive to go to, and that kind of aggravates me because I like going to the zoos, aquariums. But luckily for me, being military, well, let me rephrase. My fiance is still active duty military. I am not. However, since I work with the military, I still have a DoD ID card. So oftentimes we can get into museums for free or an extreme discount price. Same with museums, aquariums, stuff like that. Also, we live on, since we're a Navy family, we always seem to live on the coast. There are a few Navy bases that are inland, but most are actually on the coastline, and that means you can always go to the beach and hang out there and stuff like that. I'm the type of person that I like to eat out, but if I know we're going to do something all day, I will rarely pack food. But what I will do is make sure we eat before we go and then try to time it so that we are coming back for the next meal time. If that's possible, if not, we have to get food when we're out there. This isn't a video about like how cheap I am or how cheap I think you should be. It's just about make sure you're having fun and enjoying your life in addition to accomplishing your goals. Make sure that whatever you plan or whatever you want, whatever your future goals are, or whatever your dream plan of what retirement is, make sure you're enjoying the journey to get there. Make sure you hang out with your family and make sure you're hanging out with your friends. Just plan for it, budget it. There's nothing wrong with making sure, like setting a monetary limit on how much you want to spend on going out each month. I think it's very unrealistic to say you won't spend anything, you just won't go out for an entire month. I don't know anybody, well, okay, there's definitely some antisocial people that don't. Like, I personally do not go out unless it's to get food, with the exception of now I'm with my fiance. So she's a very social person. So we tend to go out with with her and a bunch of her friends. At my age, and since I have my own house and stuff like that, I will tell you one fun thing that we've discovered is having game nights with friends. Now, I'm in my mid 30s, so we still have days where all the adults will come over the house and we'll play games and stuff. And it's a lot of fun, and it's pretty cheap because people think, oh, well, you need to supply food and alcohol. And while that's true, you do have to supply certain things. But if everybody chips in, you're talking about maybe $20 per person, and it's going to be a pretty fun time. And then I have never done this myself, but I've heard of friend dinner nights where you and all your friends will get together, and you know one person makes dinner this week, another like family or couple will make dinner another week. It's whatever you want to do with it. But anyway, the point of my little rant is to just make sure you're enjoying your life while you're traveling down the journey. The journey is a very long one. It's a very long path, and it's a very difficult path. It's a very disciplined path. So take your time, enjoy things as you go, just try your best to plan for it. As always, I hope you took something away from this video. I really enjoyed making it because it's something that was kind of bothering me. If you like the video, like, subscribe, dislike if you want. I really, whatever. Notifications, whatever you want to do. Leave comments. I really enjoy seeing the comments on the page and kind of talking to people as I go. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day and keep saving.